Hi, welcome back to my channel. This video is totally unplanned, but over the last week or two, there were a bunch of sequels that I'm super looking forward to that all revealed their covers. And so I kind of just want to gush about them here with you today. So I've got 7 new covers that are completely new releases, or at least new to me. First up, I had no idea that The Murders of Molly Southbourne was going to get a 3rd book. And this says it's going to be the finale to this bloody trilogy. I'm super looking forward to it. I loved Molly Southbourne. The 2nd book was a little bit less interesting for me. I think that the 1st book was just total knockout, 5 stars. Everything that I really want in a short story. It's inventive, it's creative, it has a story and a character arc, it has a unique world, and it also has like a satisfying conclusion. I don't feel like things were really left too open-ended. So I was totally not expecting when it had a 2nd book, let alone now that we have a 3rd. And especially because the 2nd one wasn't necessarily like my favorite. It was fine, it just wasn't as much of the punch that I really thought book 1 delivered. I'm very interested to see what this 3rd one will be. Also, based on the cover, I've like already got some interesting ideas about what might be going on here. They also dropped the cover for Furysong. This will be the 3rd book and probably the finale for Fireborn. I love the series. I read Fireborn and Flamefall last year. I think I might have read them both in June. I know that's when I started Fireborn. And this is such a good series. It's very politically interesting, and I believe that the author actually has a degree in politics, and you can really feel it. I think it's really unique, especially within the YA space, to have a book that's taking place after a revolution has happened. So we're following along with the people who have already toppled the former government and are now deciding how the new government is going to function. And maybe it's not as easy as everyone thought it would be. There's gonna be some moments along the way, you're gonna have some bumps and everything. And I think it's so good so far. I like that we have had an increase in dragons as the books go on, and I really hope that that's true of the 3rd book as well. And I can't wait to read this one. Not only did the Nona the Ninth cover drop, but it's also got a full synopsis now, and it mentions some of the things that Nona likes, like taking long walks and meeting new dogs, and girl, I relate to that so hard. I love meeting new dogs. In fact, that's one of the things I hate worse about working from home now. I've had a couple of jobs in the past that were out, you know, in public all day, and I met so many dogs. I pet so many dogs. It was wonderful, and I really miss that, so me and Nona, like, I get it. I also like meeting new dogs. I'm super excited to be back in this world. Gideon the Ninth is one of my favorite universes that I found since I found BookTube, and I love this fantasy world so much. And there have been a couple of things that people have been saying about what they think might happen with Nona, a couple of things that were maybe mentioned throughout the series so far that like, oh, I think I see where this is going. I just can't wait for it. I'm so excited to be getting more books in the Locked Tomb universe. I hope it's not just 4 because it's so much fun, and this cover looks sick. I love the dog. Next up is Love on the Brain, and this will be the sequel to The Love Hypothesis, and I adore her hair. Can somebody please hook me up with those colors because she's rocking it. That's awesome. I also saw that they're going to be coming out with an Illumicrate version of The Love Hypothesis, the 1st book, and I don't know what they're doing here. I really like the blue and pink, and this one's kind of looking more of a Christmassy vibe, even though that's not the vibe of the book at all, and it's definitely not going to match with the sequel. I do like that they inverted the colors on the sequel too. I think that's a really good touch. The next book on this list is Into the Riverlands, which is possibly the most exciting looking cover out of this whole list. I think these colors are so pretty, and I love the art style and like the creature that they chose for the cover as well. And this will be the 3rd book in the Singing Hills cycle. I really like these books, actually. They're not necessarily like favorites of all time or anything, but I think that they're very well executed and just unique. Even just the manner of storytelling, and I'll find myself kind of, there's a repetitive phrase that has that storytelling cadence to it, and sometimes that just gets stuck in my head, and I'll think about it even when thinking about another book, so I really like these and I'm excited to see more. The next on this list is The Enclaves. This will be the 3rd book, and I believe the finale for A Deadly Education, the Scholomance series, and I really like these books. I know they're not for everyone, but they might be one of my favorite series that I found since BookTube. I totally love this world and all of the kind of creatures and everything in it. I love the sentient school and how it functions, all the little quirks that it has. I think it's so much fun. And this book, based on the cover and the name, is exactly the direction that I was hoping the series would go from book 1. So I am so excited for this, and I don't know if I can hit that pre-order button fast enough. Last on this list is The Atlas 6, and this is a title that already came out, but it was self-published. It's now getting picked up by Tor, and not only that, it's getting at least 3, if not more, special edition copies of it, which, like, hell yeah, I'm so excited for the author. Get your coin. That's super dope, going from self-pub to, like, one of the biggest breakout hits.
Money, I got money.
The first one is the Goldsboro version, and I like this one well enough. I think that the sprayed edges are neat, but it's not necessarily one that I'm like dying to have in my collection. Hello, cat. The second copy is the one that's coming out from Illumicrate, and ooh, I am actually tempted by this one. I don't necessarily want to get it because I'm trying to sign up for the Fairy Loot adult subscription box that they're going to be starting soon. The signups will be on Wednesday of this week. And based on the previews that they sent out in emails, it's likely that the first book that they're going to introduce is going to be the Atlas 6, especially because it's the right time of year for them to be releasing it as well. And so I'm really holding out hope that that one is just going to be absolutely stunning. It's going to be their first box. I know they want to hit it out of the park.
This had better be good.
So like, I'm really torn. Do I wait for the Fairy Loot one? Do I get the Illumicrate one? Do I try to get them both and just have like 3 copies of the Atlas 6? Like, I know I love that book, but 3 copies is kind of excessive, dude.
I better take them all.
But like, I really do love those sprayed edges. It looks super cool, and I'm just so pumped that this is getting more attention. I can't wait to see the sequels and what they're going to do for those as well. But those are all of the recent sequel reveals that I've seen over the last week or two. Are there any that you hadn't encountered yet? Which one is your favorite, either in cover look or the series that you're most excited to be continuing with? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye!
Oh, hi.